What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we will be tier listing the some of the thriller books that I've read in my past. Not all the thriller books that I've read, but some of the thriller books that I've read, and I thought why don't I tier list it. It's about 56 books in this video, and I'm going to tier list them as to how I felt, and these are the 5 categories. The first category is absolutely loving it. Loved it. It was good. Yeah, it was good. Alright. Kind of. The fourth one is meh. And the last one is nah. I'm not going to read that anytime soon or ever. I'm never going to read that. So yeah, these are the 5 categories that will be tier listing on thriller books. Question as to why I didn't upload much of videos. A lot of things happening which I don't want to start listing out. However, I used uploading some shorts to the books that I had read and kind of updated what I was reading currently and what I was about to read. So, and yeah, I was just posting all those kind of shorts. But now let's do a proper. Let's do one proper video. And yeah, I'm starting off with tier listing. Anyhow, so the first book that we have in question is David Baldicky, The 620 Man. This book was really good. I liked it. Let me tell you what the background of the book is so you get an understanding. So there's this character called Travis Devine, and he was an entry-level analyst in an investment firm. He used to always commute the 620 train in Manhattan, yeah, New York City. The dream place for any investment banking analyst to work. While he was working and his normal routine was shattered by a mail or letter, some sort of email, yeah. And it was about one of the co-workers who was dead. Next, what happens is some other investigation agency comes up to him, asks him to do an investigation on his own firm, because if he doesn't do, then there's certain serious things that happened in the army which he didn't want to share. Thought they would share it to the investment company and kind of, destroy his career kind of stuff thing. So he does investigation of his firm, investigates his former girlfriend's death, and it goes all about how he did the investigation, what callers he found, and all of that kind of sort of thing. And that's how he was able to crack the code as to why the girlfriend was dead, who was the agency firm that was kind of investigating them, and all of that. So it's all about the literacy things and little investment banking, some thriller involved, which lands in my garden of reading. So that's why I like the 620 Man. But it was alright, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, but I think I'm gonna put it in was good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it was good, yeah. That's the thing I would go for. Second one is David Baldicky, Fix. So when we talk about the Fix, one of the books in the Amos Decker series of David Baldicky. And if you don't know Amos Decker's, the first book of the Amos Decker series is Memory Math. His family was dead, he was killed, and he had to investigate his own family's murder. So it's kind of similar. What happened here was a character named Walter Temney died, who was a loving husband and father of 4 grown daughters. What happens here is he's suddenly seen in front of the FBI headquarters and starts randomly shooting a teacher and kills her. Now, Amos Decker is thrown into this investigation as to what happened, why it's happening, because he's just a very peaceful father, right? He has 4 grown daughters, a wife, a proper well set house, everything, all that kind of family thing, you know what I'm coming at. But suddenly he goes about a killing spree as a teacher, and I'm to understand why it happened. Amos Decker is thrown into the investigation, what's happened, and all of this kind of stuff. And he goes about investigating. You know, whatever Amos Decker series books is, it's better me just saying the main plot, but once you read the more and more about it, it's gonna sound very dry, but once you read the book and the way Amos Decker kind of come off solving the crime, it's very interesting, and there's a lot of twists and turns that always comes into play. So yes, this book, The Fix, also, I'm gonna keep it on. It was good. I liked it. Next up we have Andy Weir, The Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. Unpopular opinion, and I'm going to say it loud. It's a science fiction book. I have no complaint about it. It was good, it's alright. But it was very slow, it was kind of stretchy, and not gonna lie, I tried reading the book twice and I failed twice. So I started reading with the determination to finish the book, but I couldn't for the first 2 times. The third time, you know what, let me do it. I have to do it, and kind of did. And the story is good. They gotta go do research or something like that. So I don't rate the Overhyped. It's gonna be an unpopular opinion, but yeah, I'm gonna put Project Hail Mary in the third category out there. It has to be this. No, I can't. This book I wouldn't actually read again, but nah, it's alright. It's alright. I don't want to be very harsh and judging the book because a lot of people like it, right? There has to be a reason, but personally for me, it's alright. I don't wanna talk more about that. It was alright. It was a hard read for me, but it was alright. Next up, we have Jeffrey Archer with My Dead Body. Now, if you don't know, Jeffrey Archer is a series of a character called William Warwick, and it's a book about how police investigation works about and very procedural way of representing the police, how they go about solving crimes. And I like these kind of books, They don't go over the board with the further parts going very over the board. Like, I wouldn't say Mission Impossible is over the board. It's a bit overboard, but you know what? But Jeffrey Archer kind of minimalizes all that part, and I like the realism writing in this. So it's a good series if you liked it, and Over My Dead Body is one of the books in the William Warwick series. And also, this book is a part of a series which wherein it tries to catch Miles Faulkner. Miles Faulkner is one of the guys who's a forger, always escapes out of the police grips, the grips of the police, the Metropolitan Police, obviously in UK. I set up to solve an unsolved murder, cold case, it's already closed, reopened and find out a closed case. And there's also this part of the story where they also talk about Miles Faulkner, who's been in all series or all books of that series. Somehow they have pronounced Miles Faulkner dead. It's a good book to go about reading, but you have to read the first 3 books. It's the 4th book in the series, so you have to read the first 3 books to clearly understand how Miles Faulkner is. And I'm not gonna lie, it's the way Jeffrey Archer portrays Miles Faulkner. It takes time for you to hate the character, but once you start hating him, oh my god, to be honest, you will be like, mate, just catch him at this point. Just catch him, man. It creates a suspense as to how fast they catch him, what do they catch in this book, or in this chapter, that book. It goes about good. So I like the book, and I like this book, and if you're just going to read it as an individual segment of a book, I wouldn't recommend it, but I like the book. It's a part of a series, right? So that's when you like the book, and I liked it. So it's good. It was good. Yeah, it's good. Next up, we're going to talk about Memory Man. The first ever book that I loved reading and fell in love with is Memory Man, and it's one of those books that helped me also to get a habit of reading. There is Amos Decker, the very first book of the series. Amos Decker, that former NFL player but was injured because of injury, and he was kind of out of NFL and had to join the police, or some kind of a police job. What happens is once he comes back home, he finds his family all dead. Now that's a scene that you don't want to return. Yeah, that's a scene that I wouldn't fathom for anyone to happen. So I couldn't fathom as well. I don't want anyone to go through that scene. So he comes back, he sees his family dead, and he's kind of devastated, goes into depression. And at some point, he's like, you know what? I'm going to find out who the hell killed my family, and he does that. And the way he comes about finding the killers, those twists and turns that comes in the books, and an absolute patient I would recommend. And I love this book, and it's the main reason I'm into reading. So I'm going to rate it. I loved it. I really love the book, man. For anyone who wants to read thriller books, read Memory Man. Read Memory Man. It's really good. Next up, we have Agatha Christie, The ABC Murders. It's a very light read, I would say. The Agatha Christie or the Hercule Poirot books are kind of very light reads, not much of chapters going on, not much going on. A very straight to straight story wherein there's a killer that kills, and Hercule Poirot comes in, finds out what happens, and he goes about finding it, and in the end, it's a grand reveal. A very straight to cut story. Not that much of things happening about or messing up with the brain, But sometimes we kind of like these light reads, when like there's some intense books to read, like for example, Vanity you read, or let's say for example, Invisible Girl you read or something. That sort of thing. Like Burning Girls, it's kind of I won't say it's like intense, but it's kind of intense, and you want to just dial a notch back or to read those light books. And ABC Murders was definitely nice one. It's the way they portrayed the killing, or connecting it with the telephone diary, or the major part of the book was to link why it is between ABC and Hercule Poirot to it. And I love the book actually, to be not gonna lie. And there's a series also about it. So I won't say because of the series I'm rating it, I loved it, but I like Hercule Poirot and the characters and And the writing style. So why would I love it? Obviously I would love it. So A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, or called as AGGTM. Quite a book talk video, and a lot of people loved it. I also liked the book. It was really good. It's the way about how a small girl was able to, solve the murder of cold case actually, and how determined she was. It's a very nice portrayal of the book, and I really liked it. And yeah, I love the book. It was really good. It was really good. I liked it. It just involved the aspects of thriller, a normal life, a teenage life. It was really good. Quite a blend of things happening around the book, and I liked it. And I wanted to understand how it's taken up. It keeps you on edge. I won't deny. It was really good. Next up, we have Sidney Sheldon's The Angel of the Dark, and it's awesome. Written by Tilly Blackstock. So this is a book where it's kind of an old book if you know Sidney Sheldon. He writes thriller books, and this book is more of a serial killer kind of book, and I won't rate it directly coming out of the front. It was alright. Not that quietly interested I was in that book. It was alright. The writing style was quite old for me. I'm not saying it's bad, but it was not for me. But I read it. It was good. I liked it. It was something I like, a serial killer story, and that's how I'm going. Next up, we have Bad Liars by Vikram Khanna. It's an Indian author, really good book, and Indian author. So like personally for me, I'm gonna come out very frank. I haven't read much of Indian authors because what I have seen from Indian authors is a lot of books written by men. I'm not saying they are bad, but there are certain thriller writers who've been like completely nourished, and it's one of those books that I really like. So the book is about a famous fund manager who died. The immediate suspect came was his wife, why the wife tried to kill the husband. But as soon as the police started digging more into the case, they found two more suspects, and they went on and on and on. So you get to see how the police was able to do the case, the twist and turn that comes in with the investigation, and you're always on the edge to understand who killed Anand. So Anand Kapoor was a rich dude. So yeah, this is quite a good read. And it was alright. Alright, Daisy Doghair by Alice Feeney. A lot of people said they didn't like the book much, I think, but I actually loved it. It was the way the book was carrying out the story itself. I don't want to put a spoiler in, that's what I don't want to do, but the book is really good. The book was really good, and the twist was really nice. I liked it. It's the way of, the art of misdirection, and suddenly they just pretend the entire way is just repeated one shot. It takes God's man to do it because you are in a complete illusion reading the book, but that one specific page just removes the entire illusion. It's kind of really good. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the top. I want to put it on the top. Next up, we have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, another sci-fi book which I really adore. I'm gonna straight up put it on the top there. Dark Matter was really good. I liked it. It was one of those books that helps you scratch your head a bit. Yeah, kind of highbrow book. An intense read in the sense there's a lot of scientific jargon, just scientific concepts that are being used for you to kind of, it takes time for you to imagine in your head what's going on. So it was kind of like infinite quantum seconds, for example. In this very second, there's infinite possibilities of what I'm doing in this second. Like for example, currently I'm doing a video, right, about realistic my books, and in some other realm, in another second, I might be just playing guitar. In the other second, I'm just walking. In the other second, I'm just switching on light. Something like that. There's infinite possibilities in the same quantum second. So it's kind of really good about how they got in this concept into the book. The story is really good, kind of thing. Like next up, we have Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. So something about the Day family, which was massacred. Libby's brother Ben was kind of convicted for the murder. Libby wanted to prove his brother innocent, and it was her journey as to how she went about doing it. The journey was really good, and I loved it. I wouldn't say I loved it in the sense, but I loved it. It was good. I'm gonna rate it on the top here. It was good, a nice read. Definitely recommend the people to read. And I like a lot of books that involve, a person tries to prove innocence. Even those kind of lawyer reads or lawyer scenes, where this guy is innocent and the lawyer goes about turning heaven and earth for him to prove his innocence. I kind of like this one. Next up, we have Lee Child, Die Trying. So this book was good, not gonna lie, but for me it was alright. Reacher and one of the Reacher as a character is suddenly captivated or about going away, and I think the lady he was involved with was with an FBI. Yeah, sometimes they even tend to solve this, something of that sort. So the FBI agents, the FBI, everyone is kind of free to get them back, as you know, Jack Reach was part of the FBI due to the previous book, how they go about saving him, saving her, all of that. But it was kind of alright, it was kind of draggy, and when you felt out of touch with the book, it might be your mind itself, but not the book's fault. But if a book is not able to captivate your mind into exactly what's happening, then I wouldn't say it's a good book. I wouldn't say it's a bad book. I'm just saying it's an alright book. Yeah, that's right. A very safe category for alright. So next up we have the Gongo by Gillian Flynn. I would say it's good. I think it's an unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't say it's loved it as such because there's too much going on. There's too much depressing parts, which I don't like personally. A lot of people like depressing, but I don't like depressing much. There's a part wherein the girl portrays herself that she stopped being tortured, but apparently it was all a deliberate plan to frame her husband. Not gonna lie, it was psychological thriller, and that's why I read the book. But I don't read much of family-related books, like a husband-wife quarrel, and I don't. Nah, mate, that ain't my cup of tea. So next up we have A Lost Holiday. Now it's a very good book. I like the book. I'm gonna put it out there. It was really good. It's about someone going missing in one of their retreats for some depression. There's a guy called Tom, I reckon, and he has a YouTube channel or something. He's got a lot of fame to help people out with depression, and one of the ways to help people out with depression is to take a lot of them to a retreat, which you pay a hefty amount to join the retreat, and he takes you there. One of the women gets thrown off a cliff, and because of that, this guy gets convicted, gets a lot of negative fame, and his channel kind of collapses. But the guy's wife kind of revives back the channel, and as soon as he's released from his sentence, he goes back into the YouTube thing. But he's kind of depressed and kind of shaken into the balance that took place. But his wife helped him out, and they kind of arranged another retreat. Now, what happened was that the lady who died in the first retreat, in the previous retreat, not the first, the previous retreat, her elder sister came into this retreat to kind of investigate as to what happened in the retreat, forced by her mom, because the mom was kind of devastated for her younger daughter to die. This lady was about trying as to what happened. He finds out what happened. It's a good book. It's a really good book. So yeah, next up we have Hercule Poirot's Christmas. He was in there. I know I like one of those light reads, but it was okay. I enjoyed it much. It's about his Christmas, how he goes about his Christmas. Again, solving a crime. I don't want to say the crime because it kind of defeats the entire purpose of reading the book, but yeah. Hercule's for Christmas, no. Not for me. Hidden in Plain Sight. This is the second book of the series, if I'm not wrong, of William Warwick series, and he's about again finding Miles Faulkner. It's a good read. I liked it. And that's what I want to put it here. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put Gongo at the very end of this. It's a good read, and but the thing is, you read the entire series for you to understand this book and to understand those things. But an independent book, I would recommend. You can read the series. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. So there's something of where we have a character called Maggie Holt, and they were the owners of 25 years ago. They were the owners of the Bainbury Hall, which is kind of haunted mansion. So that's why the entire family kind of moved, escaped the entire mansion in the dead of night, leaving entire whatever belongings they had is left, and this is left. 25 years after, Maggie Holt is kind of given that estate for her inheritance kind of thing, and her father was a writer who wrote a horror book about the Bainbury Hall as to understand what happened, and he wrote his encounters and happenings of that kind of sort. So Maggie Holt kind of, wants to fact check it and goes back to Bainbury Hall to understand what exactly happened, why it happened, and what was father written was true. Turned out there were a lot of facts and fiction, and it was a good book. It kind of shows the arc of Maggie Holt being a skeptic to kind of understanding, and then fully made what the hell was going about. And it's a good book, and I always kind of like a small town thing book, which I like. So yeah, I like the book Home Before Dark. I'm going to say it up. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the top. Nah, I'm gonna put it in. Gongo's only. I'm going to put it. Yeah, next up we have Long Road to Mercy. Long Road to Mercy by David Balakin. So this book was about the first book of the Ashley Fine series, and she had a twin sister that was abducted, and that was the main reason that made her to join the FBI to hunt down her sister's abductor. But one of the prime suspects in the notorious killer was Daniel Shaw, who was kind of arrested, but with no confession about the crime. But he used to get on. He used to work on Atlee by sending letters or some kind of sort. He used to taunt him because of his sister being adopted. That's the main reason she kind of joined the FBI, and she was a part of the remote part of the America wherein she wanted to increase her endurance and wanted to hone her skills. And at that time, honing her skills, she joined the FBI, and she got a case out that a person in Grand Canyon was missing. It's a classic story of a person missing sort of story, and there's always the main arc of what happened to the person as such, and the main arc of, like, for example, Amos Decker, his family died. So I actually find it was more of the sister getting adopted. So the main arc, and there's a secondary arc in the book of that story. So, Long Road to Mercy, it's a solid man. Yeah, I was a man. I'm not a huge fan of that. No. Not a really huge fan of that. No. Next up, Long Shadows by Amos Decker. Long Shadows by Amos Decker. It was a good book, I won't lie. But I don't remember much of the story, so I'm gonna automatically goes to May. It's a good book. It's the last book of the series, I reckon. Yeah, it's the last book of the series. In a sense, not the series completed as such, but it is released after this, I think. So yeah, it's a good book, and comparative to the others like Last Mile, that's down the listing. It's alright. It's alright. I won't rate it. Murder on the Orient Express, I'm gonna put on the top. Really lovely book. A really lovely book. A way of showing crime done by so and so, because I don't want to put a spoiler in it. In a train, in the show The Train, where a person is killed, and within a suspect of, I don't know, like 15 members, who kills the person. Turns out, if you have read, you know what happens, right? The answer, nothing mentioned. This book is going right on the top. It's the first book in the William Warwick series. It's the way how they've shown the character and shown the family, how he got into become the part of the Metropolitan Police and everything of that kind. It's really a good book. I would definitely rate all of you people to read this book. It's the start of a series. All these books. It's the starting book that matters a lot, right? This book has done its job. So nothing ventured is really good. Well, One of Us is Lying. This is a book going straight. Now, was it straight? No. One of Us is Lying is a good book, and I liked it. It was good. It was good. I won't say lovely. Oh my god, it was really good. I think that blown my expectations, but it was a nice young adult thriller. Talks about a high school thing that one person dies and kind of goes back as to who kills him. They're in detention center, and there's only hardly any suspects, but yeah, it's a really good book. Next up, we have Blake Crouch Pines. This was a really, really good book. It kind of takes you to a place where somehow it makes you get your way into the this place called Forest or Pines, and you come into this island and not island woods, and you can't escape out of it. It's kind of similar to From, but in From it's more of a you're on a highway and you take a turn right. But this one, Pines, it's something of a sedative which they give, and you go into a trance, or some injury happens, some accident takes place, and you get into the forest, and instead of people being very strange and everything, when from people are kind of helpful, right? But like all of them have a thing they want to come out of, but Pines is more of like a cult which they don't want to come out, but they kind of force you into to be in the place itself. So yeah, Pines is a really good book. I liked it. It's one of the good books that I loved it. Next up, we have Recursion by Blake Crouch. This one was also a good book. It was more of a time travel kind of book. a time travel portal, and it was very similar to Doctor. Not very similar. It's I mean, different concepts altogether, but Recursion was really good. I liked this book. It was something of a mind thing that was taking place where you could manifest. It's a very highbrow book, a very highbrow book. It's a mind thing where you could. It's a very mind thing where you can manifest things and things change, and suddenly things change. It's based on all in your mind, right? Because and they're trying to discover the strength of mind, and once they try to discover, they were not able to control it. So that one. This was good one, and I'm gonna put it right on the top there. Like the book that. Next up, we have Lost Capital Soccer. And usually it is a junior leader series, but this book I tried reading a lot, and I'm sorry to say it's not. And it's more of this book, Junalina dies as the main character. Apparently dies, but they don't show him at all. Yeah, they don't show him at all. But he's kind of alive and something like that. And this book I was not able to read, so Stalker is gonna go what all right. I was not able to read the book actually. So yeah, Book of Cold Cases by Stevens and James. This one is a wonderful book. I read it in one sitting, and it's one of the most famous shots in my channel is because of this book. It got over 1 million views. So this book has to be on the top list. There's no question about it. This book was really good. I was not able to get a physical copy of it, so I was able to get a Kindle copy of it, but I liked it. Now, CJ Tudor, Burning Girls. Lovely book again. Burning Girls was lovely. I'm gonna straight go on the top of it. It's one of those kind of horror books where in a small town church, the lady's a priest, and the priest gets replaced, something happens, he dies or something. She becomes the pastor or something, and there are a lot of happenings, and it's like a small town village cult, and they kind of act very different to her. There's some kind of a dark secret of the town, and I do love those kind of books. So this is definitely going at the top out there. Chalkpin, I wouldn't say it was loved it, but it was good. It couldn't match up to the hype plus such, but people might say the otherwise, but I believe it didn't much for me. It didn't come up to the level of Burning Girls, but it was a good book. Uh, that had a lot of horror aspect blending with thriller, but the way they did it with Burning Girls was not like with Chalkman. But oh no, anyhow, couple at number 9 is going at the very top there. Should yeah, it should be. It should. I like the book because of the entire story of small town. Small town gets me, alright. We all live in a city, come to a small town, find out there has been a killing in the. They find there's a grave site or some body in it, and they kind of go over finding the secrets as to what happened here, whose body is it, the woman who lived before, how was she, what was she into, what was all that kind of crap. The entire town is kind of hiding a secret or something, and yeah. Couple at number 9. Again, loved it. Alright, this one, Small Town Crime Thriller, horror book. Love this book as well. This is one of those books which kind of gets me, man. It's just horror. It's one of the best. It's one of the good horror books I read. It's really good. Devil's Playground by Charlie Fox. There's an actual cult. If you say cult, that's a cult. That's like a cult kind of book. Really liked it. Fallen. This should be going here. Now, this book by David Balaguer, The Fallen, was in again a small town, so kind of like that again, the concept of small town. So they went for a vacation. I was Decker and Alex James, and the FBI agent, and she's into it. They go into a vacation as such, but things go south. There's the murders, and then the small town, big business shit going about. This book was really good. I liked it. It was good. That's why I put on the character. It was good. Makes sense in it. So we have the housemaid, Freedom and Fallen. I'm gonna straight put on the top there. Recently, I've got the book and I loved them. Really loved the book. It was really good, The Housemaid. And actually, I've got a second book. I think The Housemaid's Secrets or something of that sort. It was really good. This book kind of gets you, man. It's the way of it's the way of how to say changing your opinion or confusing your opinion of a character. No one does it better than Freedom and Fun. And there's a really nice one. Really nice book. Next up, we have The Hypnotist. I'm going to put on the top down up there. Hypnotist was really good, man. Like, it was the first book of Junalina series of Lost Kepler. The entire story of using a hypnotist to find a killer of a crime. There's a real cult involved, like an actual cult activities involved in this book, which always gets me going. The cult activities that gets me going. Really nice book. Dear Baliki the Innocent. So again, this is the again I like this book because it's a concept of getting the what do you say, proving the innocence of a person who's actually committed a crime and who he didn't commit a crime. This book has done it wonderfully and it goes straight on. It was good. It was good. The Invisible Girl. I'ma put it on the top right there. It was good. So this book has involved three families, which is Owen Peck. Owen involves three people. Right? One is Owen. Then we have the first family. There's mom Kate, a physiotherapist, and dad Ron, a child psychologist. But the first family had a bad feeling about the neighbor Owen. And then, as I said, the physiologist who was Ron had a young Sapphire Maddox who was kind of in love with Ron as to she felt very separated or felt very deranged after therapy ended with Ron. So what happens is all of three comes connected and it's a way of how Sapphire Maddox and disappears on Valentine's night and yeah, Sapphire Maddox like suddenly disappears, she suddenly disappears on Valentine's night and the first uh, suspect goes to Owen because he looks a bit strange. So because of that, a lot of people kind of say like Owen has done the crime. The Ron family obviously said that it is a crime, but sooner or later, once the police was able to take stuff and Owen was proven innocent. I'm gonna tell you that Owen was proven innocent, and you understand. The concept of why I like the book is, in a sense, come on guys, they proved the guy is innocent. Owen, yeah, he was just looking for things. He was a virgin mate, so he was looking for things, something that would, get him some action or some kind of sort of that thing. But anyhow, he was looked like a creep, and no matter what, he didn't make the girl disappear. So someone else in that family or in that street that made the girl disappear. For that, you have to need to understand who is it, and that's why I like the book as well. Lisa Jewell, the night she disappeared. Let's go straight on top. It's the way to show the girl's disappearance and never able to be found, and somehow the story connects the dots, the plot twist, an absolute page turner. I like this book. It was really good. The Nightmare, I think the second part of Junalina series, this is also good. That a lot of aspect of horror involved with a thriller, which is Klaus' unique blend. So the Nightmare, it was good. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It was a good book, quite a hype book, but yeah, I just liked it. It was really nice. The House Across the Lake. Some shady stuff going on across the House Across the Lake. It's a complete lost thing, and someone dies or something of that sort, and the way they go about understanding what happens in that house and all that crap. Thriller involved, horror involved. Why would I love it? It's gonna go straight on the top. It's the way most stories, the way the author intuitions the story that matters. So they've done pretty well. I told you a classic love story. It's really good, and Sapa and his wife is guilty. That's the main thing. So I'm gonna say the entire story because it kind of it kind of demerits the question of reading the book. So it's a kind of lovely lawyer book. Lee, one of the good books that I've read. So yeah, it's going straight up there. Next up, John Grisham. No, this is one of the deadest book I've ever read. I'm sorry I have to use this harsh words, but it's true. I don't like it. I don't. No, this is not the one I would go for. Recommend anyone to read. Don't. Yeah, just don't. Silent Patient. Obviously, why this book is good. Love the book. No matter what people say that. Oh, I was able to see the what do you say? The plot twist from a mile away, but so, bro, my goodness. I was able to see. I liked it, so let's go straight on top. The Target, it was meh. I think it's a William Robbie series. It was alright. Or Atlee Pine series, I don't know. Most probably Atlee Pine, but yeah. It was alright. Not that thriller aspect involved when compared to it. It was more of a military action, crime book, not a thriller aspect involved. So, yeah. Another Indian author book, The Waiter by Rich Chaudhary. This was really good. I really love the book. Really, really like the book. It's more of how a police cop who was kind of removed from the force due to his past case in London, who's actually waiter to a family, but wait to family pushed to certain rich fellow's party, and the party then rich fellow dies, and it's like the police are not able to find the crime, so it's upon the waiter to find it. People don't know he's a police guy, or if they would start questioning his past, and he had come on a visa to London, which where he's not able to work. So a lot of things involved, and I like the way the execution story quite related as well in a sense, like I'm an Indian girl gone to London, so it was a really good book. I liked it. It was nice. Then we have Then She Vanishes. Small town story, vanishes, a girl disappears, you find the story. It's a good book. I like Claire Douglas books are really nice, so it's really good. Alright, I think I kind of messed up with the mind thingy. I think Upgrade by Blake Crouch is the mind book, okay? I'm gonna put that on the top there. Is that's the mind bending one wherein you manifest things and go about changing. The caution is more of a past to present kind of thing. That's what I remember. Yeah. Upgrade also is going on the top out there. Then we have Unsolved by Griff. It was a good book. I like this book because it goes about solving unsolved crimes wherein yeah, they were able to do it, and it's really good the way they go about solving the crime. I want to say the crime because it defeats the purpose of the entire book. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to say what exactly the crime is, but once you read it, you understand, and it's better you read the crime and find why it's unsolved and who's able to solve it. Something like that. That's it. Walk the Wire. See, it was alright. The thing is, sometimes in the series, things they're predictable, right? You know what a person does, and it can't get you much. As an independent reader, you won't find this much amusing, but the series is good. So I'm gonna say it's alright. A very yeah, it was alright. One Fest next, I'm gonna say it's good. I liked it good. It was nice. Yeah, it kind of was similar. Not I wouldn't say similar, but alright, it was okay. It's one of those same concept of that app of revealing the secrets of different people in the college or something, and goes about a next wave of people that tries to want to kill the person who did it and something like that. It's good. I like the beat and it was nice. Wayward but like I would say read the series guys. Wayward but like just read the series. It's a nice way of I mean the way the execution of the book is really good. Gripping from the entire start about it. It's really nice. I would recommend all of you not to read this. It's really good. You have to read the Pines trilogy, man. That's something you can't explain over words. The Family Upstairs is straight going on the top. There's no thinking about it. It's the book that introduced me to Lisa Jewell as an author, and I'm kind of hooked to the author as well. Because of the books she's written, the way she's written, the way she executes the book, it's really nice. The Family Upstairs. It's about the upper apartment. Apparently, there's like one house, two families, something of that sort. It's the way of the cover letter I was written in one house, two families, three boys. It's kind of crazy who's the third person involved, and the family action is kind of weird. Last Mile is one of the books that got me really into reading. Last Mile is there's no words for Last Mile, man. It got me to reading, and I liked the book from top to bottom. It was really nice. I think that's where I think there is an NFL player involved where he goes about killing him, where he didn't commit a crime, but he starts didn't commit the crime, and Decker was able to prove his innocence. So, or I think that's innocent. Yeah, that is innocent. That's on the top. But last one was very good. Rosable Line, no. I say, I mean, I like the way they kind of, I don't know, it's me. Rosable Line, I'm not much a fan of the way he executes in the book. I don't like it personally. And Verity by Colin Hoover is going on the top. Yeah, I think I'm happy with my tier list. I've been very harsh. There's a lot of lovely books and a lot of good books that I've read. Because once you choose books, I go about reading. I know what I would read. So for me, majority of the books will go in lovely. It's good. Yeah, this was a tier list of those 54 books that I've read. Not this, no, not the only books I've read, but yeah. Some of the books of the trader books that I've read over the years and have tier listed, and this is the final tier list. And yeah, comment down if you kind of agree with me as to what I've said about the books, and if you have read the books, please let me know if you have certain uh, suggestions as to what you feel about the book, or if you have some more recommendations for me to try out. Like, understand the basic taste as to what I read. If you have like some recommendations that you want me to try, tell me. I want to try out and do a review about it. But yeah, this is a tier list that I liked. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with this list. All right then. See you next time in the other video. Peace.